You're probably creating your dreamy wedding inspirational mood board. You're probably pinning all of those creative images that inspire you, whether you're on Instagram or even on Pinterest, whether it is a tablescape image, bridesmaids' dresses or robes, whatever it is, the question is how to choose the perfect destination wedding vendor list for your dreamy wedding. Hi, I'm Moni, destination wedding photographer based here in Cancun, Riviera Maya, and Tulum. And today we're going to talk about how to choose the perfect destination wedding vendors for your wedding. I can't have enough of you.
Darling, the feeling is mutual.
I'm
so happy to be here.
So this is Diana Romo from Diana Romo Weddings. And of course, if you don't know who she is, which I am surprised, go check our last videos of pre-catamaran tours, right?
I mean, how fun was that?
And today's topic, I strongly believe, Diana, that it is completely your cup of tea.
Let's see.
What comes first? Is it the wedding venue or your vendors?
Okay, so first is to define the date. Then you need to define your venue, which, can we talk about this venue?
Oh, Sanara.
Yes. Sanara is, I think, one of the top venues in Tulum for sure. The place is amazing. You have your own yoga studio facing the ocean, which can work as a backup plan for a ceremony, which is very important in Tulum. The food is fantastic. The staff is out of this world. So this is a place to consider if you want a wedding in Tulum.
It's sure. Magical. It's magical. Here, Sanara is just magical. So if you're looking for a Tulum destination wedding, here is the perfect venue, yes. Sanara. Okay, so you have the date, you have the venue.
And then after that, based on the venue and the season, you can start choosing the right vendors for you.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. Okay, now, should the couple, the bride and groom, have their mood board before they start choosing vendors, or how does that work?
I think that choosing the venue will give the couple some inspiration to know like the aesthetic of the place. For example, we're here at Sanara and this place is so unique. Now I think there are so many options to choose from. You can have Pinterest, you can have Instagram, you can have like
Sell the veil,
of course. And I always tell the brides, don't go for the obvious. Don't show me a table on the wedding, on a wedding. Just show me a corner in your house, a landscape that you like, something that inspires you to get the color palette and the whole concept.
Because above all, it is about inspiration. That is why they're called wedding inspos. Once you have your bride and groom, yes, you interview them first and you give them a questionnaire.
Yes, one of the first questions that I always made to new couples that come to us, it's why are you having a destination wedding? What is it that calls your attention to bring everyone from other countries and to gather them together here? The second, why are you choosing the destination that you are picking? For example, why Tulum? Why Cancun? Why Playa del Carmen? Why are you doing this? So then I can get a lot of information that I can later work on.
And I think the number one question too is, what do you want? What do you envision for your wedding day?
Exactly. That's a very, very good question, because I mean, you know how trends are when you see colors and you see styles and you see flowers. But apart from that is what do you like? What do you want to have on your wedding day? Personally, I want to make something unique and special just for them.
Once you probably have a clear vision of exactly what you inspire, what gets you inspired, what is your vibe for your wedding day, then you as an expert, as a wedding planner, can possibly direct them to the specific vendors of their choice, right?
Exactly. Once that the couple has put together some images or their inspiration, I immediately know most of the time who I'm going to recommend.
So it's really important that you have a selection of different type of styles for you to guide your couples better.
Different type of styles and different type of budgets as well. Each one of the vendors that are on our list is because they are completely guaranteed. It's because we worked with them in the past, and it's because they are passionate in what they do. At least on our experience, that's a must to be on our vendor list.
And I think it's really important that the perks about having a destination wedding planner is that they recommend you. You're not on your own searching for all these type of vendors that you don't know if they're going to show up. Exactly. If they're going to do the job correctly. So having you as a wedding planner, you've selected them because of their expertise or because you've worked with them and have a great background, trust with them, right?
Exactly.
When choosing your wedding vendors, Diana, how important is the personality factor?
You need to have a good chemistry with some of the vendors, specifically with the ones that you're going to be in touch for more time. The wedding planner, for example, because we're going to be in touch pretty much every day for a year. So you want to make sure that you have a good chemistry. And that's also for us as planners. We like to have a good chemistry with our clients. It's really important.
And there's also vendors like photographers that, you spend the entire day with the couple. So I always say, before clicking on the camera, click on with your couples.
When I have a couple that contact us, we have a call that lasts usually an hour and a half of 2 hours, just to get to know each other and to see if there's this chemistry.
So the wedding planner is really important. Also,
yes.
For personalities, you have photographers.
Yes.
Who else?
DJs, I will say, like for the music. I always like to set a call. They get to know your group. They get to ask some questions, like what's the age of the group? Are more parents coming or more like friends? What's the age range? Where are they coming from? So both the couple and the DJ will feel more comfortable the day of the wedding.
What about floral designers?
Oh yes, for most of the brides, I would say the floral aspect is very important. So get to know the person that is going to create and to give that aspect to your wedding. I think is very important.
And I think something that you mentioned is, what exactly is your priority? Which vendor is your priority?
Yes, it's very important to know that there are no wrong answers when it comes to priorities. It's a personal question. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to like flowers. I have brides that say, I don't care about the flowers as long as the food is good, as the music is great, and also have on mind your grooms, ladies. It's very important to ask for their opinion as well.
Prioritize also. What do they have to say?
Exactly.
What do they envision? What do they want for their wedding day?
Exactly.
Which is really important.
Yeah.
Okay. When personalities do match and you trust with your eyes closed all of your vendors, that is having a dream team.
Yes.
And that is when you know that your whole wedding will be spectacular.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, it's the day that they don't have to look at the watch, they don't have to see at their phone, they just need to worry about enjoying themselves and enjoying their family and their guests.
When selecting vendors also, the word budget.
Okay, so what we normally suggest is to divide the budget based on your priorities. If the food and beverages are very important to you, assign a bigger part of your budget to it. If photography is your priority, then assign some more for that. And obviously, we normally help our clients, but if you don't have a wedding planner, you can do it yourself. So I would ask you to think about your priorities. What it matters to you and your partner.
And then from there, that is when your budget gets distributed.
Exactly.
Okay. So when your couple has already selected their mood board and has sent it over to you, how do you do on recommending them specific vendors for them? Do you have preferred vendors, different type of options for them, or how does that work?
Absolutely. That's also a great question. So once I receive the inspiration photos, I work on an inspiration mood board. I will already know their budget, and I will already know their style, and I will already know their priorities. It's like their personality or their style are quite established from now on, I will say. So based on that, I will work on selecting the right vendors, the ones that I think that are the best. Usually we can provide a couple of proposals, so they have options.
You already getting the idea of what they want, you probably have in your head, this specific photographer will be this for their wedding.
Sometimes it's even just one word. I had a bride that I'm working on the design, and she told me, okay, basically I want a winter wonderland in Mexico. And I was like, boom,
Boom, boom,
got
boom,
it.
boom, boom, boom. You already have the dream team.
My brain works like that.
Well, because you have the experience and you've worked with them before and you know
Yeah.
exactly what they can do or what they can't do.
We have built relationships through the years with not just the venues, but the vendors. It's easier to make everything work when you know how to speak the language, you know how things work here. I think it's important to consider a local wedding planner.
Or local wedding vendors too.
Exactly.
What about word of mouth or client referrals? Like, do brides and brides just talk to each other to see how their experience was? Is that recommended?
For us, that's our bloodstream, our clients' reviews. I have former clients that they are willing to receive phone calls, willing to give me their email address for future brides. So I think that speaks very high from not just us, but for all the vendors. So you should ask for reviews, for referrals, because that's going to be a good base to choose who you're going with.
A lot of my pictures when I upload on social media, sometimes I tag our brides.
Yes.
And you have no idea how many couples look for their tags, they contact them directly and they say, hey, how was your experience with Moni? And that is so good.
Yes.
Because then you have, that referral of a real bride that just experienced that vendor. I want to do a little recap.
Yes.
So, how to choose your wedding vendor. Here it is. So number 1 is your date. Number 2 is the wedding venue. Number 3,
mood board and define your priorities, and remember that there are no wrong answers.
number 4, personalities.
Yes, definitely.
And number 5,
Budget.
ooh, thank you so much, Diana. I can have you all the time here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I love you. I love your whole team. I think what you're doing is fantastic, and we are very grateful for you and for Sell the Veil.
Thank you so much. Remember, Diana Romo from Diana Romo's Weddings, and she is a top luxury wedding planner. So you can contact her. I also want to give a special thank you to Sanara here in Tulum, the perfect destination wedding venue. I swear to God, this is a dream come true. Also, thank you Styling Trio for providing so much help and collaborating for Sell the Veil. Thank you so much. And remember to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and I'll see you on our next video of Sell the Veil.